All right. Hello and good evening. Hi. Hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Tonight is, I guess, the first actual official Indie Wednesday that I'll be doing. We've done a couple on the stream before. I know Dorfromantic, Soko Loco, Moonbase. But tonight we're gonna dive into one that's just called Some Small Games. So to move on to an actual game that I know is an actual game now, is a Mortician's Tale, which is, I saw this and I was like, oh, this looks really interesting to me. So, Mortician's Tale takes about an hour to play, so I might actually be able to fire up yet another game after this. Is a short but deeply meaningful experience, apparently. We'll see. I'm intrigued. So, give me a second to launch this up, and hopefully the game will capture. Let's see. Let's see, is it going to capture? Oh yeah, music. Boop. This game's got actual music. Okay, you can capture. Come on, game, you can do it. Come on, OBS. You're not gonna. Hey, you did it. Good job. Is it the? No, give me that sweet resolution. Give me my maximum resolution. Email font size. I'm gonna crank that up a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Okay, and back. Start new game. Okay. What a cute design. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. From Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. I assume that's us. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. You ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I'll think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., funeral director. Oh, this is like real email. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director. Okay. Instructions. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best to explain where everything is. In your office slash preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Good luck, you beautiful and smart baby. Well, that's nice. Huh, I guess my subject lines you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, Ontario, serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that everyone who said I couldn't get a job within my artsy history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. Oof. Dating this game already. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for Funeral's monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift / I love you / I am super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you, Jen. Okay, from the Pathology Museum. Neat. I'm just going to read these tips first before... This one seems important, so I'll get back to that. Thank you for subscribing. Each month, we bring you a newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. Yeah, this game was like 2018, so people were still doing Skype back then. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because it's definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that. But here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. 1. Don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. 2. Don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space that they might need. 3. Don't get drunk. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful when they are grieving with family and friends. 4. Happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. 5. Give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even simple, "I'm thinking of you," can go a long way. Which I'm actually going to say, just pulling out of the email for a second, that's actually like been proven to be a much better thing to say when someone is going through like a difficulty or a tragedy, or they've lost someone or whatever. A lot of people just say like, "I'm so sorry," you know, but "I'm so sorry" doesn't actually help, because a lot of times people don't want pity, and "I'm so sorry" is literally a pitying kind of statement, even if it's meant with the best of intentions. Yeah, "I'm so sorry." You're right, Pokemon Freak. It's about you. Like, "I'm so sorry" is kind of, I don't want to use like a crappy term. It's kind of virtue signaling in that way. Even if you don't intend it to be, you're internalizing it to make them know that you are a good person, kind of thing. And it doesn't work like that. But yeah, saying "I'm thinking of you," about you, makes them understand that they matter, I guess, is what I'm going for. It's a much different perception. It's one of those little things. It's just a tiny turn of phrase, but it's literally been proven that works a lot better. Anyways, number 6, dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. Number 8, give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can even be just cooking dinner for a grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Yeah, basically that. Going back to the "I'm thinking of you," that's what you're aiming for. Be kind and be helpful. Oh, this is Rose and Daughters. Okay. So, let's read about Rose and Daughters before we get back to the actual task. About Rose and Daughters. Rose and Daughters Funeral Home was founded by my grandparents back in 1956. The Rose family has proudly served the area since then, providing personal, affordable funeral services for all. I'm proud to have carried on my family's business for the last 36 years, working with the best and brightest funeral directors and grief counselors in the area. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you've recently experienced a loss and would like us to help you through this hard time. Our services. Here at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home, we are committed to providing loved ones with the best and most affordable funeral services in the area. We offer a diverse range of personalized funeral service options to fit every need. Prices: burial with open casket, ceremony and reception; burial with closed casket, ceremony and reception; cremation with ceremony and reception; direct burial with no ceremony or reception, all inclusive; direct cremation with no ceremony or reception, also all inclusive. We also offer custom packages to suit every budget and need. Please do not hesitate to contact us with any questions. Alright. Oh my god, this is so much. Oh god, okay. Hold on. 319, 322. Okay, start at the bottom. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and Daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated, and we will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment, and since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments be counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter. Okay. Alright. Dear Mia, of course, we'll happily oblige to your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. We'll ensure our funeral director receives your request. Take care. Okay. Hope you've settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Miss Garcia in the prep room. Okay. Alright, there's Miss Garcia. So, this is the prep room. I will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, we're just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge. Okay, sponge. Clean in the body. Clean in the body. I'm glad there's a towel there so I don't get term serviced. That's it. You're done. Miss Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of the dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Miss Garcia's funeral. Wow, this is quite the tutorial one, huh? You're responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it's also important to pay respects to the loved ones. Follow the arrowhead to the funeral parlor. Alright. Oh wow, it's right there, huh? I can't get drunk. I guess it said not to. Alright, so let's talk to some people. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not? Embalming weirds me out. Did those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using a chemical that's known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Ugh, stop. Don't make me laugh right now. Okay, so that's... Okay. Mommy, I'm hungry. Can we go? Yeah, kids at a funeral. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy. But it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Oof. Oof. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. I feel like I should bring my mic closer. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of, like, intimate speaking. We usually don't small talk a lot of these things. At least, that's what I was always taught. Cool. Level complete. Okay, so this is like a month later, thereabouts. It was like September 14th or something like that. Okay, cool. Cleaning up. Nothing else highlighted. I love the music, for the record. Okay. From Jennifer. Okay. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, male colleagues, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. Like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled as faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried about you damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Sorry. I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off. Yep. Okay. So let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver, a specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associate it with fainting or hysteria, which it's actually been associated oh my god, I can't pronounce that. Visceroptosis? Oof. Which when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, of course, has probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do the kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the visceroptosis. Thank you. Didn't do that kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. And these are the kind of things I specifically research, and yet I'm treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Okay. Alright. So, what to wear? We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Sometimes some people do need a little bit of pick-me-up during such hard times, but who are we to judge? And a big part of this is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lead more formal, black attire rule, and it works for us. Do you know this goes way back to the days of Roman Empire where people would wear black as a symbol of mourning? Black isn't universally a symbol of mourning, though, and if you're attending a funeral that's from a culture that is not your own, it is important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it's less about the color you're wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry, and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, color of clothing isn't important, as is dressing modestly and being appropriate to... Oh my god. Let's take that again. For Sikh funerals, color of the clothing isn't as important, as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule of any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you're attending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you. So be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible, even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral. Or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. Yeah, that's just good advice. Not just funerals, really, but... I should have gotten D. I didn't realize that this game was going to be so narrative heavy. Alright, a story about death from Matthew. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, you know, taking our clients on their last trip around town. I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But, so, the big day. We all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, you know? While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, someone in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know not to get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in the way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, like, go figure. Let's mess up sometimes, you know? There's no moral, no point to the story, I guess. I just remembered the story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard about what that actually means. Oh, and before you get any ideas, this has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? I'll see you in a bit. Alright. From Mia Garcia. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did for our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come up for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Alright. Cool. Next job. Okay. Here are the instructions for the next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one, and the family is very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duvall. An elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter, Lizzie Duvall, if you have any questions. She's handling your father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best. P.S. Charlie, dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew. He knows. Okay. Look at us, wearing proper embalming gear. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body, alright? Okay. Click the razor and drag it over the body to shave it. Do I have to shave all of it? Seems weird to shave this dude's chest, but okay. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Okay. Okay. Alright. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each of the eye sockets to give it shape. I didn't know that. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. I'm learning like a lot right now, actually. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. Okay, that one I did know. To keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle thread over to close it. Alright. Okay. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from dragging out. Alright. Embalming revolves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. Okay. You're going to need a tube for draining out the blood. That's a good noise. Click on the tube and drag it into the... Okay. Click on the cannula. Is that a cannula? Okay. And drag it into the onto the carotid artery. That's how you'll get the preserving chemicals. Okay. Is that correct? Okay. Next, you need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Okay. Grab some additional tubing. Oh. Connect to... Okay. I did. Oh, there we go. Alright. And then click the button. In order to evenly distribute chemicals, you have to massage them through the body. Alright. Come on. Okay. Oh, this is on a timer. Oh no, it's not. It drains as you finish it. Okay. I'm very uncomfortable to rush this process. Alright, sew things up. Almost done. You need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar, and then click and hold on the abdomen. This is the trocar. Okay. Okay. Wait, did I do it? Oh. Oh. Just like keep on moving? I don't understand this process. Okay. That I don't quite understand that one. Okay, and you're done. Michael will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in the casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Alright. Weird that I can go on my computer. What happens if I go on my computer right now? Is there new stuff? No, okay. Weird. It came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, then the next, poof, person's gone. Just, like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird. How our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, if you're prone to existential dread, this might not be the game for you. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red, no matter what. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. Threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Nope. Alright, a month later, thereabouts. Okay. LGBTQ funerals. Respect. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are, at times, subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families, and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes, as per their lived experiences. I'm almost certain this game is going to make me cry by the end. The CDC Funerals Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Field Death Reporting offers this fraught directive. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation, obviously, enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different, and because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that a death certificate must reflect the deceased person's gender identity as they lived it. So, a step in the right direction. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away from this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So, what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized or as legal, depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. This doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. Oh boy, I can't wait for this to become a problem in this game. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Oh boy. Hey Matt, this is embarrassing. I don't know why I'm receiving this. I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about the whole thing and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Okay. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've been with us for only a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. Small mom pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyways, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm gonna grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone. And swing back to the home. Do you want anything? Beef and cheddar? Beef and cheddar. Arby's? That's Arby's, right? Is this game Canadian? I'm gonna take the hearse through drive-through, of course. Freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. Alright. Meet cutes for death positive cuties. Yeah, they referenced London, Ontario, yeah. So that and an Arby's reference makes me think that this is indeed Canadian. Excuse me for one moment. Yeah, there's only so many places in Canada you can, like, really reference. If you're worldly, you know, you've got Ottawa if you're talking about anything politics, Toronto for most other things, Vancouver because that's where all the rich people go, Montreal because parties, Newfoundland because people like to make fun of the Newfies for no good reason. London actually seems like a bit of a deeper cut. I don't know if people would necessarily reference London if they didn't know about London. Anyways, Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try and give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the, quote, death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014, that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask you about your day. So maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea? Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin, witchy goth aesthetics, and super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom rant over. I'm going to try it out because it turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't even know we were this weird to the outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who's as much a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat... Oh, that is a very good, though. That is excellent. Isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Yes, it is. Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet, though. Sorry, I read a webcomic that I'm pretty sure was American that had a character named The Werewolf of London, Ontario. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Thank you. Just passing on this lovely thank you note. Alright. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Alright. Okay. Before we cremate Miss Hall, we need to prepare her body, okay? Miss Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before cremation process so as not to damage them. Let's start by removing Miss Hall's necklace. Click and drag the necklace and place it on the purple tray. Okay, we need to be able to identify Miss Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag around the identification tag and place it in the coffin. Okay, great. Okay, that's it. Alright. In you go. The cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash, so much as bone fragments. Is the cremulator will break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Okay. Boop. Click and drag bone fragments in the top. Woo! Physics! Drag physics! Huh. 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 In you go. All the bones have been processed. Click and drag the urn back onto the counter. Boop. Make sure to put Miss Hall's necklace back into the urn. Boop. And the tag. Boop. And the lid. Alright. All done. This isn't so much a game as it is an experience, but I'm learning like a lot about funeral preparation just from this. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Glad she was cremated and not, like, in an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Oh, okay. Okay, couple more months. It's 2 months. Alright, keep on protecting the earth with green burials. You lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least, that's the thing for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly, it's that bodies aren't allowed to have been embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, okay, that kind of cinches it, a natural burial is just over $1,000. So better for the people, the environment, and just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, that this is still business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, and protect the health of those preparing the bodies, and restore and preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Ooh. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors, while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. We here at Funerals Monthly think green burials are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. Okay. Charlie, I've been playing a new game. When things are slow at work, it's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Jesus. It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my minesweeper game was on point after weeks of working that overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years. But I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character is also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets pick the restaurant. Oh, the game's actually in here. Haha. Awesome. Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay. Okay, from Ryan Garcia. So he was from 2 funerals ago. I know this might be a bit odd, but he said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out, and you would know somebody I could talk to about this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full good life and was very happy, and that she was not in any pain, but I still feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer to me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough with work, and that will be trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me it's going to be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. Okay. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually, I'd be happy to contact him. I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. Oh, Amy, you gonna die. And it would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships. Cool. I would love to respond, but you're not letting me. Okay. Hi, Amy. I'm so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. Such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Okay. Oh, boy. News about the future of Rose Daughters and Funeral Home, okay. Heil, is with a heavy heart that I write to let you know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and researchers I googled told me that it would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct, be remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know, the way it goes. So we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated, a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the county, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though, honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image. That's a family-run business. Yeah, dark turn. Yes, now we get to see how capitalism ruins even death. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. Sign the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact, somewhat. They have a good reputation, and they've agreed to help keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have had a company lunch, but admittedly, I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Alright. Well, that's a bummer. I don't know what these symbols mean. Okay, hold on. We have to... Okay, so that's 1, 2, that's 3. Alright. That's... I don't know what the hell that symbol is. Okay, come on. Oh good, they rotate. Yeah, let's knock off the ones we know. That one. and say that one, which means not that one or that one. There we go. So the 4 is a 3. God damn it. So that's 2. So that one's that. So that means those are safe. And that one, which means that one. So that's safe. Okay. I haven't played Minesweeper in so long. Microsoft made it bad. Was there a good Minesweeper? Okay, take a corner. Oh, wow. Hey, back in business. I can't believe I'm playing Minesweeper right now. Windows 7 or earlier? Really? I have not, honest to God, played Minesweeper since like Windows 95. So... Are you fired up and weep for the future of humanity? These kids, they don't get it. Okay, that's gonna be 4, right? Or 5, I guess. Yeah, it's gotta be 4. The fact that it changes the symbols every time is brutal. That legitimately makes it that much more difficult. So that's... wait, that could be... yeah, that's 4, right? Yes, that's gonna be like that. Okay. Oh no. I'm gonna have to make a hard choice there. Oh no. It's gotta be that one. Sorry, top is mine? I don't understand. Okay, one of these two. That's a problem. Don't worry about it. Alright. Then I shan't. Well, this is no good. I don't see an obvious entry point here. I can't go this far and then lose. We should have said how many there were. I probably should have counted, to be fair. Yeah, we don't know the total. Yep. No, I know. Yeah. So we don't know how many are left. Other than we know that there are some left. Okay, so one of these has got to be 4. Or has to be mine. Gonna go on a limb. Oh, man. I've marked 42, so I'm guessing 50. Oh, God. God, this wall of 2s sucks. Yeah, the person wasn't kidding. This is actually more difficult Minesweeper. That doesn't help me at all. It kind of does. That increases the likelihood of this one. Bottom right is the place to start, like down here, you mean? Well, I mean, it just comes down to a coin flip. Which one of these two is the mine? Yes, I know this is a 3, which means one of these two is the thing. Yeah. Everything here is... I missed one of the existing mines. Everything here is like, it's what, this one or this one, and it's this one or this one. Yeah, there's no easy guess. Ah! So close. Oh wow, good job. It's 46. Give me a good opener. Give me a good solid opener. Oh my god. Game. There we go. Now triangles are singular. The trident is a 2. Okay. No, it's a 3. Give you or you. Oh, is that Mercury? Okay. Can't be there, can't be there. I thought it was there. No, no. Yeah, I also have to, like, unlearn the symbols that I just spent a bit too long. Oh, god damn it, that was a misclick. Learning. Game, come on, just give me a reasonable opener here. Is that reasonable? Okay, no. Okay, I can work with zeros. Zeros make sense to me. Crescent moon is 2. That must be 3 now. Jesus. Ah, hell. Oh, whoops. Come on, game. Game. There's not very much to work with. Oh my god. Terrible. The hell's triangle in this context? 4? Oh, this sucks. Just... Wow, that's a lot of clicks that I just managed to do. Jesus. Okay, it's a bit better. What? Ugh. Whoa, that's a good one. Okay, here we go. This is the one, I can feel it. Okay, so that's a 2 now. Crescent moon is 3. My god. Wait, did I say crescent moon is 3? Okay, and there's that. And that. I have a problem now. What happens inside here? Okay, there we go. Ah. I don't know why I'm committed to playing solitaire, or not solitaire, minesweeper here. Okay, making Jupiter the symbol for one is gonna kill me. No, that can't be right. What? Come on, game. Just give me something. Just please take pity. Oh my god. This is shameful. I used to be good at this game. Back in the day, when you didn't have games. Meanwhile, the audience is dead. Well, it's just you. And this is part of the game, so I'm playing through the game. The actual game only takes an hour to complete, so I've got an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of buffer time by that notion. This corner is going to be what kills me. I'm almost certain of it. Oh no! I knew it. I knew this corner was going to come to kill me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 6, 7, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. You're saying this one's a mine? You're right. Yes, that has to be a mine. So if that's the case, we can go like this and go like this, which then gets rid of that. See, there we go. And we'll never play this again. Anyways. Hi, Amy. You asked if there are any special instructions you wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that that would need to be removed. Thanks. From Amy Rose. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note below before about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. The best. Cool. All right. Oh, we had a second viewer show up just in time to skip. Hold on a second. Like this. I'm gonna see if this game exists as a category. I don't know that it will, but oh, it does. I should update that. There we go. Were they here before? They left and came back. Okay. Mr. Reese came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reese has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing his pacemaker. Ska. You can see the pacemaker. Forceps. Yoink. Okay. In you go. Click the button. Let's turn them into plant food for the Minecraft creatures. Can I? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, God. Game, please let me grab things. There we go. Come on. Boop. All right. Bone meal. Yep. I mean, bone. It's food for plants. Just because it has a fancy name doesn't mean I was wrong. Okay, let's talk to some people. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you about the time we tailgated? I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. Never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. There's a mood, huh? Alright. Now, let's see this whole thing start to slip when we get taken, now that we've been taken over by whatever company. I get the feeling we're gonna get fired for not being, what's the word I want to use? Financially helpful to the company. Okay. Hi, Amy. Just want to thank you for the service the other month and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of shocked me and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Okay. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Welcome back. Now, we rarely do listicles here, but for this month's newsletter, you say that, but you literally just did one 2 months ago. We thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice, what not to say at a funeral. You know, figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult, and since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people, or some things will be more comforting. But fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what to not say to someone who is grieving. So here it is, Funeral Monthly's top 5 things to not say at a funeral. 1. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear it, and it's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. Were they saved? No religious statements, just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not always comforting, it can also be insulting. 3. They're with the angels now. See above note, then rinse and repeat. I'm also going to throw in anything along the lines of, you know, God's plan. Oh, it was God's plan for this, you know. Anything like that, shove it. No. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. Yeah, oh, he's so toasty now. He's hanging out with everyone like him. This one's tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them. Take them to their favorite restaurant or buy tickets to see a movie together. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. This goes back to that other thing about saying I'm so sorry versus I'm thinking about you. Don't internalize it. Don't make it about you. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied in any situation, don't say stuff for the sake of it. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. Okay. From Jen. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is that a biodegradable suit that is deceased wears. It's made of what call a biomix, mushrooms and other microorganisms that help decompose the bodies, neutralize the toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil and plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners to use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. I'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? Fair enough. Okay. Oh, we can choose. Our son. I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation yet. Anyways, they're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare a body for a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will. or his advance directive regarding these wishes. So his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with the body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take his son on if you're uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later this afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something you're comfortable with dealing with? From Manuel Scott. Okay, he's wearing wraparound glasses and holding a fish. I don't like this guy. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his funeral. He was, clearly, not thinking right and did know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. I don't know about this. I don't like that. I don't like disregarding it. Get it notarized. Yeah. But that's the thing, like, if he wasn't in his right state, necessarily. Right? But something about saying disregard our son's will is uncomfortable. I don't like that. Yeah, this asshole is asserting that. Yeah. I don't like that. No, you know what? No, your son, I'm comfortable with this, and I'm gonna piss you off, and I don't give a shit. Yup. So, am I gonna get the choice? The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. Let's start by cleaning the body. Oh, do I get the choice? Shave, yeah. Break it up. I guess we don't get the choice? You do not get the choice because the family is legally in the right. Ugh, yeah. I guess? Imagine the shitstorm if I ignored that. Eh. I'm a rogue agent. I do right by the dead, not the living. Okay, so... this one is just mechanically a little clunky. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with it. Like, do I just keep moving around? Like, what's... like, I don't know how to do this part. I'm clicking and I'm holding. Okay, Jesus. That part's just clunky. Alright. At some point, I'm going to have to do the makeup and everything myself. I know it. Yeah. Still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Being able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself. You wouldn't have wanted that. I know, it just... It hurts. Yeah, I know. I wish we were closer. Wow. Still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. Should have played more games with him when he asked. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. Yeah, well. Okay. Different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even our own culture, may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. Yeah, need to show the world how much you're grieving over your son who was definitely cared for properly. Cough, 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 cough. Funeral rites, even our own culture, may be something many of us are unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions is what we've seen in the media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body and different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with the death, but the goal is almost always the same: offering support, guidance, and to ease the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Up until the burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a shomer, or a guardian, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and the burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families began to cremate more often, but there are also more companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. Death beads is one of my favorite anime. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. And not all practices are somber, either. Ever hear the turning of the bones, or, oh my god, I'm going to screw this up, Famadiana? A ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Famadiana has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and a way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Okay. That's not my personal jam, but cool. That's metal as fuck. Wow, okay. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. Okay. Dances with bones, yeah. From Death Cafe to subscriber. Come increase awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity." Okay. Can't really write much now. I have a lot of work to do, and I have to do, I have a lot of work I have to do with an, oh my god, inguinal hernia? From 1750. It's the oldest in our collection. You can even see the bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you a link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? But anyways, the event I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you might be into it. It might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. A lot of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space. Okay. What the hell? Can I just say, first off, this is bullcrap? Ugh, knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all the business for so long. That isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? Feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really getting the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. P.S. if you are reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. I like Matt. From Chad. Alright. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Dodge as part of the Hillside Heritage Enterprise Incorporated. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of the other properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to Hillside Heritage Enterprise Incorporated culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specific details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. Chad, CEO and Managing Funeral Director of Hillside Heritage Enterprise Incorporated. Huff butts, Chad. Alright, so website's been updated. Rose and Daughters is the newest funeral home to join Hillside Heritage, proudly serving 56 different communities nationwide since 1964. Rose and Daughters features several available packages for burials and cremations, a spacious visitation suite for added comfort, and catering available on site. Rely on our dedicated and friendly staff to help you with your funeral needs, whether you need our intimate assistance for a loved one or would like to pre-plan your own funeral arrangements. Okay. We offer many packages fitted to suit every size of gathering and budget. Ask about are selected into caskets, urns, and headstones. The largest in the country! Jesus Christ. Funeral packages. The Bronze Funeral Package. An intimate gathering and memorial for your loved one, customized to fit your individual needs. Best suited for groups of 25 to 50. Subject to additional fees and taxes, yeah. Silver Funeral Package. A small but special celebration for your loved one. Best suited for groups of 50 to 100. And the Gold Funeral Package. Give your loved ones the best with the best we have to offer. Payment plans are available. Jesus. Large gathering to celebrate your loved ones. Best suited for groups over 100. Okay. Time to start looking for new work. Charlotte, below the details for next client, ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you're done, I'll review your work in order to properly value you at the end of the month. Cool. Fuck you, Chad. From Leah Lenesco. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Yikes. Please let me grab things. Oh, I have to do the arm first. That makes sense. In you go. Dunk it. Blam. Alright. I'm waiting for just to see the changes. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine to binge watch something right now. I have to go through all our things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No. Thanks. I mean, but no. I don't know. It's so intimate. Feels like I should do it myself. She'd kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book. Except to you. Yeah. She was special. She was always so careful. Wore a helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. I'm starting to think the person who made this game might be from Toronto. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? Let me guess. Nothing. Or a $150 fine. No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of all this. How can I tell? Is that sarcasm? Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. We shouldn't deal with the death of their partner by themselves. Okay, cool. Just making sure, yeah. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. Oh, interesting. Oh, no, there we go. Pay respects. Pressing F. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of rules. Okay. Hello, as stated in the previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprise Incorporated. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly to this, is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell, i.e., oh my god, always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. You find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner catering concepts provides high quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can be easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. I expect all of the above changes to be instant effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into a high quality service of Hillside. See, this doesn't even all make sense. I get the upsell, because, yeah. But why would you not allow people to bring food in? You're literally saving money by letting people bring their own food. That one actually doesn't make sense. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? P.S. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. Can I be both hungry and angry? And no, I will not say hangry. Ever. They pay for the catering. I guess? Okay, so green burial policy. I've reviewed a request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this on the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of us must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers though, so try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package. Get fucked. I trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers. Get fucked, Charlie. Or Chad, that's your job. I prepare bodies. I just saw a video of a girl walking on its hind legs, like a human being, Charlie. A human being. Where's the quit button? Yeah. We, as a species, have seen the beginning of our end. Yeah. Home funerals. The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried is comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased, but nowadays people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families are given the option, assuming this is mandatory. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to be buried or cremated. As an aside, just as an interesting thing with animals, say you have pets and one dies, as that happens. If you opt to, like, you take them to the vet and have them put down or whatever, the vet will offer to, cremate the body. That's a thing that they can do. But if you have other pets at home, it is actually better for them if you bring the dead animal home and let them witness this animal, see it, smell it, etc. Because it actually allows them to understand what has happened. Because, animals may not have, or may not be sapient to, like, a human level or anything like that, but they grasp the idea of death. Because animals can actually die of broken heart syndrome, which is a real-ass thing. You can look it up. That can happen to people, too. It's actually what happened to one of my cats. One of my cats died, and we never brought her home. And our second cat went basically into a depression, and her kidney shut down. And we ended up having to put her down days later. And then I learned about this after the fact. So, if you have multiple pets, and one dies, let the others witness it, because it will allow them to move on. So there you go. Anyways, the idea of keeping the deceased body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are more economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, service, flowers, cards, etc., can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, to wash and dress them and to organize them, the viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require funeral directors' involvement, from signing the death certificate to overseeing the burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or your loved ones, make sure you follow everything by the book. But just know that this may be an option available for your loved ones, okay? Alright, so here we go. Latest contract acquisition. Oh, Lord. Charlotte. Yeah, don't think I'm not noticing that. I'm proud to announce that the Hillside Heritage Enterprise Incorporated received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you. Charlotte. Although Hillside Heritage, oh my god, does he have to say the whole thing every time, is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is preferred here as is the more cost-effective of the two options. The first unclaimed body will be we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body is yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. God, I hate our boss in this game now. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have any valuables on him that would be damaged during cremation, so let's just worry about putting the identification tag. Yeah, our tattoos are still visible right now. I noticed the urn is also plain now. They used to have patterns on them. Well, that was depressing. In a game about death, that was depressing. Oh, there's a new specific urn up there. That's interesting. Hello! We are thrilled to announce that Hillside, or Rosendaughters, whatever, just signed a contract with the Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us access to all the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. Okay. We are excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over $15 million in funding and donations annually. This will no doubt be a boon for us. Charlie, it's official. I've put in my 2 weeks' notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Med Corporation 101? My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. But you I am worried about. Since this takes place in the States, the maternity ward has an abundance of future opportunities. Oof. Okay. But you I'm worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work for, and don't let them defeat you. It's London, isn't it? I don't even know. Alright. Jen got to smooch someone. Dating a special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but also utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there, but I was worried you had lost your taste. Yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it like the last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? Ugh, can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything I feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento Mori, or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming, like dating should be. Thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coaster, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of a Ferris wheel. Be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me now. Still kind of shocked from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know I have my 100% support no matter what you decide. Yeah, okay, so we're probably quitting, huh? Okay. We can call it a few different things, like flameless cremation, a bit of an oxymoron, but let slide, or perhaps more commonly, resomation. It's a technical name, though. It's actually alkaline hydrosis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here, and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation burials take a huge toll on the environment, the high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse effect, blah blah blah. And water cremation is an alternative method available for eco-conscious amongst. How's it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali in the water, heated up very high, so about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, okay, not that high in contrast to the temperatures for just cremation. It basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrosis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation process. Neat! Yes, neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have any greater impact on the environment as necessary. Cool, we won't get to do that here. Oh, registering a business. What's your business? Funeral services. There's a checklist here that's empty. Registering your business. If you're interested in starting a funeral services business, you may need the following permits and licenses. Article of Incorporation. I'm not going to read through all this. This is just, yeah. This is, so she's looking and starting up her own. Okay, Charlotte. I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose this sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. Oh, I don't want to read these. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. That is part of your job. I don't want to read these. This is going to be slimy and I know it. Okay. Dear Mr. Grant, from Kofi Dimka. Regarding the last time we spoke, my daughters and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden, we don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she has a proper send-off. Dear Mr. Dimka, I understand your desire to keep your wife at home. I'm going to give this guy the shitty voice. But I assure you, the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering with all her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was. Beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Let us take care of the food with our prepared food services. We'll ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about on this day. You and your daughters are going through a hard time right now. Let us here at Rose and Daughters make this difficult time a little easier for you. Dear Mr. Grant, okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Thank you for fleecing us in this hard time. Okay. I'm becoming more proficient at this. I don't know how I feel about that. Until I get to the troker thing, that's not going to go well. Think I just do circles? You think that's it? So closed. Okay. Let's draw circles. Okay, I think I just have to keep the mouse moving. And then... Nope. Okay, try again. Cool. Oh, maybe you're right. All done. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. Judgy. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. It'd be good to stretch my legs. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chai guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah, I just wanted Mom to know I loved her. I wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh, it's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please, don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Me too. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Hey, what'd you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I've heard that show's so good. I saw the video of one kid actor doing karaoke. I wonder if we're gonna get like an email offering us money or something to stay. Oh, cool! No, we just got our own place. Awesome. Magnolia Forest. Charlie dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there's anything I can do to help you, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm always here to help. Best wishes, Amy Rose. P.S. I'm sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. Okay. Hey, Charlie. When I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree, and thankfully I concentrate on my driving skills, since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver. Charlie, can you believe it? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason I was worried you'd think less of me, but I don't know why. I've never been the judgmental kind. Besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, I might add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute, but don't tell Amy I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Cool. Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion % increase, but you stuck through it like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying not to be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for a visit and check out your new place. P.S. Have you heard about these new green burial pods? When I find a link in one of my million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. So here we are. Magnolia Forest. Funeral home and natural burial park. Ooh! Magnolia Forest, named after magnolia trees that surround the funeral home, specializes in at-home funerals and green burials in our natural burial park. Our goal is to empower families and encourage them to have a closer relationship with death and the dying process. The death of a loved one can be a confusing and sometimes traumatic time, and we want you to feel fully involved in your loved one's death care decisions. Whether you're looking to care for your loved one from the comfort of your home, be present during their cremation, or bury them in a natural cemetery, Magnolia Forest is here to work with you and provide these simple but intimate, meaningful options. A natural burial park. Our natural burial park allows the body to return to the earth and recycle naturally. It's intended as an environmentally sustainable alternative to existing funeral practices. Our park has room for bodies of all ages and sizes, as well as beloved pets. Families also have the option to bury their loved ones themselves, if they so choose. Prices. We believe that being transparent about our prices and practices. We are happy to explain all of our prices, work within your budget, and hope to make you feel comfortable and confident in your decisions. Let us know if we can answer any of your questions. So 10 grand for a home, or 1,000, sorry, for a home funeral. Green burial service is $2,250 for adults, and direct cremation is $600. Infants are buried at no charge. Ugh. I mean, that's lovely. Ugh. Sorry, as a parent, even the thought of that is just awful. Just awful. Anyways. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this time's come up. Thank you for your understanding and for your work. You made today easier today. See you at 1 p.m. Yeah, life sucks sometimes. Yep. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much, but thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. Oh. Hello. Wow, we are time for a follow. Hello, Hoodie Wolf. Welcome. We actually literally just finished watching, or playing, I should say, experiencing, a Mortician's Tale, which is, it's more of an interactive story. Yeah, holy shit, the timing, yeah. It's, this is a very interesting, I wiping away a few tears, yeah. Ontario Arts Council. Okay, so it was made in Canada. I don't know if game is the right term for this. It's not really a walking simulator. I guess it kind of falls in that same category. It's an experience. I think I would say that. It's an experience. Yeah, that was just really good. I believe the person who created this works in the field. Maybe. Let's see. Laundry Bear Games. That Tales from the Crypt Sweeper was actually made for in a Toronto TO Jam, which 2012, which I think my friend actually went to. Yeah, visual novel. That'd be the good category for that. So yeah, A Mortician's Tale was a visual novel about a funeral director, I guess, and kind of the processes therein. It's just very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. I mean, I legitimately learned a lot about not just the prepping of bodies, but like green pods and, you know, stuff like that. I had no idea. The alkaline bath, and yeah, I had no idea about any of that, which is very interesting. And it's always fun to see capitalism creep into literally anything that's supposed to be human and destroy it utterly. Yeah, that was just a really thoughtful game. Visual novel, whatever you want to call it. That was a very interesting experience. I'm really glad I got to experience that. And I guess anybody who ends up watching the VOD of this, I hope you can appreciate it too. We have different definitions of fun. Yeah, I use the term fun for a lot of things. All contextual. I shouldn't. Fun is not the right word for this. That was a very nice. Oh, that's such a weak word. That was a very thoughtful game, I guess. I would go with that. Yeah. That was really good. Also kind of launches you into the existential dread if you start thinking about your own death or the death of others. But yeah. That was I'm very glad I got to experience that. I don't really have much to say. It looked very pretty. The soundtrack and stuff was very soothing. It was very polished for it being just a little visual novel. Alright, I've been thinking about death a lot lately, not for any specific reason, thankfully, so this is really interesting timing. Yeah, I try not to think about death too much, because I am a person that can very easily be sent into an existential spiral, like dread spiral, which is made worse by the fact that I have children and stuff. It's very weird when you once you have kids, it's weird to think about your own death at any point in time, really, to like really actually think about it. But when you have kids, the universe willing, you die before them, and it's very weird to think about that. That like one day, like your kids are going to have to, you know, deal with this. Yeah, it's a very easy way to get to send you down. Hopefully your kids will be well prepared, I guess. I mean, for whatever it's worth, and let this be a non-binding will and testimony, but I don't want to be buried. I don't want a whole thing. I kind of like the idea of the green pod. I also really like the idea of mixing up my ashes, such as they are, with like plant feed and just planting me with something so I can help something grow. I think that's really a cool idea. But even the whole funeral aspect, the idea of a whole bunch of people being sad in a room about my ceasing to exist is so far removed from what I would want. I kind of feel like whoever has to deal with my dumbass can decide. Yeah, I mean, yeah, my whole thing would be like, I'd love for people like not even have a lot of people fear no one showing up. I mean, I don't care about that. I'll be dead. If anything, I just don't want it to be like a hassle. I don't want it to be expensive. Like, I don't want it to be a burden in any shape, way, or form. I don't want it to be this big sad thing. I'd much rather people show up, and I know it's tacky to call it a celebration of life, but I would love for people to be able to tell stories, not even with me in them necessarily, but to come together and tell funny stories, talk shit about me if that's what you gotta do. You know, tell stories of when I was an idiot, tell stories of when I was funny, tell whatever. That is so much more my jam. Have a nice open bar, have good food, let people just enjoy themselves. That sounds so much nicer. I've been to I shouldn't say so many funerals. I've been to a number of funerals. And they were all extremely Catholic. And they're such a drag. They're such a downer, and it's frustrating. Especially because, like, I've met most of those people. Admittedly, not all. Sometimes I just went, you know, to support the family or whatever, but... and... I don't think any one of them would have wanted people just crying over their non-existence, right? So yeah, that having been to enough of those, that's the last goddamn thing I want. Absolutely not. Have I been to a wake? Yes, I've been to a wake. But even wakes tend to still be like really down. Like, I don't want people wearing black and all that jazz. I want it to be as fun and happy as it can be. Again, that, you know, people are going to be sad that I'm dead. I understand that. And I'm not trying to tell them that they're not allowed to be, but like, I just, yeah, I would like for the environment there to be as positive as it can be. How's that? Does that translate? Does that make sense? Anyways. Also, hi, Enrocket. You prefer celebration of life? It's easier, natural to cause. Yeah. I just hope my kids are prepared. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. It's like that's the thing I dread about most is in a way abandoning your kids. That's rough. And I mean, I am in no way prepared if it doesn't go that way. If I happen to outlive any of my children. Like I said, it's not really a thing that I can think about. Like I said, like when you start to think about death and like actually concentrate on it, it's kind of a wild notion, just ceasing to exist, or others ceasing to exist. I guess that's part of the appeal of religion, if that's your thing. But yeah, I guess religion does help with the whole existential dread aspect of it, because you have an answer for what happens, but whatever. Given sufficient time to prepare, I would have a pre-death party and go off into the woods and never be seen again. Yeah, go off and be bear food. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if I knew I was dying, like, I don't know, I have cancer, or I don't know, whatever. If I knew that it's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna die, but I have time, then yeah, I do like the idea of the pre-death party and just like going ham on that, and then yeah, just like bury me in a garbage, not a garbage bag, those aren't biodegradable. Throw me in like one of those lawn compost bags and bury me in a hole in the forest. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need none of that other shit. So anyways, put me on a glacier like we do with old people here in Canada. Yeah, I mean, if I could have a flashy option, can I have a Viking burial? Those always look rad as hell. Or like a funeral pyre. Oh, funeral pyre would be pretty rad. But only if there's like a really like badass party going along with it. Use me as the centerpiece bonfire of a raging kegger. That would be okay. I don't even like beer, but I would be okay with that. You know, set fire to me, release my spirits back to Valhalla or whatever, and then get crunk or whatever you gotta do. By the way, I need to see how you got the mic in that attachment with the volume knob. I wasn't sure how to get in there. Okay. I can try and show you if you want. A little behind the scenes thing. That's how you make a vengeful ghost. Sure, okay, hold on, Rocket. I will show you. Hopefully the cable stretches. Should be fine. Woo! Oh god. Okay, so whoop. I'll move this over a little bit so you can see. So it's literally kind of just like wedged in there. In fact, I could probably wedge this a little bit better. There we go. And like there's the volume knob just right there. I have this one just tuned all the way up. Yep, just the bottom half. So yeah, it's not in both shocks, but it doesn't really need to be. So like, yeah, it's just like that. Yeah, I should fix that a tiny bit. I had to do it this way because otherwise you can't access the volume knob like at all. But I found this to be fine. I haven't noticed any weird knocks or anything on the audio, and nobody's really told me unless I like whack my own you know, pop filter, which I have done on occasion. But yeah, I basically have the volume cranked all the way up, so I don't really need to mess with this very often. And then I use some equalizer stuff in OBS to kind of manage it. So yeah, that is my fancy setup. My sick gains, yeah. I need to put the camera back on. Where am I? How's that? Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, you just hook the mic straight up on the... Yeah, I originally thought about that, and then I was like... I got the mic, and I got the shock thing, because, like, I've got a crappy IKEA desk, and, like, every knock on this thing will cause that thing to pop if I didn't do it. And then when I got it, I looked at it, I was like, oh crap, how is this gonna work? And thankfully, I managed to figure something out. There we go. Just fix that cable a little bit over here. So yeah, I managed to figure that out, which I'm pretty happy about. And then yeah, just wind the cable around a little bit so I don't just have a wire hanging on the floor. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, that was a Mortician's Tale. A really thoughtful visual novel that I'm very glad that I picked out of the itch.io, like, racial equality bundle. I'm really glad I got to play that. And we also got to look at some small games, which was actually a zine of small games, which were really good. I really love that. Yeah, so the bundle for racial justice and equality. Thank you. It's just got a long title and my memory is bad. So, and unfortunately the itch.io app doesn't show you like bundles that you've purchased. Sadly. So I have to basically go into my email and then click the link and go. Well, I have the page bookmarked now, so at least I have that. But yeah, sorry, Enrock, to answer your question about do I go over the monitor to the side? If you're talking, I just want to understand, do you mean the mic stand or the cable? Because my mic is off to the side. Clicking through that, the site makes it show up in the app, right? No, but I think I could just copy and paste the URL. Let's find out. Boop, boop. So if I go like this and I go like this. Yeah, so I can do it like this, I think. The mic stand? Okay, hold on, I can explain that. So anyways, so if I pop the URL straight into the itch.io browser, then I can pull this up and I could probably just like download directly through here. So, oh, let's just pick one. Beacon. If I click download, and then I go to my library to get added in there. Yep. Okay, so once I do that, it shows up in the owned items. You're right, yeah, I probably should not show. I don't know. Are the URLs unique? Nuts. Well, I will cut that out of the video. Don't you worry. I will trim that out. I guess I can't on the VOD, but nobody watches me, so it's not a big deal. But I'll still cut that out of the YouTube upload. Long story short, yeah, there's no easy way to do it. I basically have to go click the download button, and then it shows up in this list, and then I can install it from there. It's kind of clunky. Yeah. So, to answer your question, and Rocket, about my setup, my mic stand is to the side of the monitors. So, pulling up this camera again, let's see if you can see. So, there's my work laptop, because this is also where I work at home. They do not support any easy flows. Yeah. Come on, cable, you can do it. So, over here, you can see the mic stand's just attached to, like, back to in between the two. That microphone I'm only using for doing these streams. So when I'm working during the day, I basically just shove the mic up out of the way. So. Yep. And then, yeah, the cables run behind. So I hope that answers that question. Is that the right place for my camera? Yeah. Mine's over the monitor and it gets in the way. Yeah, no, it took me actually a really long time to find the correct orientation, because at first I didn't want this to be in the camera view, and then I just didn't care about that because I think it picks up my voice a little bit nicer. But yeah, trying to figure out going over and to the side and stuff like that, and even then, like this, I have to make sure it doesn't get in front of the monitor, because like even if I move it like to there, that doesn't make a big difference to you, but now it's cutting off just an edge of my monitor, and I'd have to like work around it, and it drives me insane. So there's like a specific point in my peripheral vision that I can have it in, that it doesn't bug me. So it's taken a little while to figure out exactly where to put it. So, yeah. Anyways, yes, Pokemon Freak, I promise next time that I'm going to use your randomizer. I'm curious, actually, with your tool, will it remember my URL, or do I have to put it in each time I'm going to use it? Like, does it store it in a local cookie or whatever? And it's masked. Okay, so if I go like this, and I pop you in here, and then we will scrub off anything that's... What is other? Local storage, okay. So you've got the 4 check button. Yeah, here, I'll just... Well, I can't because... Oh, no, my thing's... Okay, it's fine. So I can do this. So, this is the tool Pokemon Freak me. Others, PDFs, etc. Okay, so I can go like this. So we have 988 games that I can pull from. Cool. Pick. Sundogs. It's a good tool. So then if I refresh... Oh, good. It actually... okay. One thing I'd say is you might want to maintain these preferences. Just as a thought. I'm planning to make it remember the filters too. Yeah. Actually, another option or thing, you might want to do something like I've played this or ignore, and just store an array of IDs or something that you can strip out. So if I've already played like a Mortician's Tale or whatever, and it shows up in here, I can just be like, nah, not that one. And then it never comes up again. Just a thought. But I like this. Good job, man. Yes, I will certainly use this next time I'm doing this. I like that. I like this a lot. This really does actually help. But a Mortician's Tale I did specifically want to play because I'd actually seen someone else talk about it, and it had piqued my interest when I first saw it. So this was a specific pull. But yeah, so that's going to do it for me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Or at least appreciated A Mortician's Tale. For what it's worth, I think it's very well built for being a visual novel. It was pretty. It sounded nice. It covered an interesting topic that does not get enough celebration in our society, by and large. If there's specific things that, yeah, I mean, I want to play Overland, I want to try out Overland, I want to try out, or play through Pikanuku, and I will get to those. But we'll see. Like, if I want to actually play one of those, I'll just do that. I'm not going to use your tool, but if I don't feel like playing those, I will use the tool. You know, it's not a hard and fast thing. Yeah, but anyways, oh my god, 1217, look at me. Pikanuku is surprisingly relevant after today's game. Oh, good. Okay. That's gonna do it for me tonight, though. So, thank you for watching, and I will be back, whoops, in a non-death way, okay. I will be back on Friday to, hopefully, start my playthrough of Mother 3. I do have to still get my controller and stuff set up, so I'll try and figure that out tomorrow. And actually, I might be back tomorrow doing some coding on that map thing that I was working on. I took a bit of a break on it because I burnt myself off out working on it so much, like 5 nights in a row. So yeah, I might be back tomorrow doing that, but that's not really a game stream. People don't really care so much for that. But yeah, I should be back Friday for or Mother, as it's known in Japan. Sure. I'm really excited to play that, actually. I'm a huge Earthbound fan. And it has always irked me that Mother 3 has never gotten a release stateside. It's never made sense to me. So, if you've not played it and you hear people like it, yeah. Plus, we've got your cool overlay that you did for me. So, yeah, that'll be Friday. So, until next time. Oh, this one. Until next time. Thank you for watching. It's because 12 people would buy it. I disagree. I think more people would buy it than they're giving credit. And all they have to do is slap a translation on it. Like, it's not that bad. Anyways, beside the point. Yeah, that's gonna be for me tonight. So thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and yeah, I'll see you later.